yeah, I came to the conclusion that this year, 2024, is going to be the time where I will stop full-time traveling. In today's video, I would like to sit down with you guys for a while, have a little chat, talk about the past year here on the channel, talk about my personal situations, talk about future plans. There's a big change coming to my personal life and also to this channel next year, so I would like to talk about that with you in detail. The last personal Q&A video I did on this channel was, I think, in August 2021, so that's like 2.5 years ago. So I think it is about time that, I will update you about some personal things about this channel. So let's start with a recap of the previous year. The previous year has been a very great and interesting year for me personally, but also for this channel, for Ken Abroad as a brand. It was my most successful year ever on YouTube and on social media in general, and that is of course also because of you guys who are watching my videos. So first of all, a big thanks to everyone who is a subscriber, no matter if it's here on YouTube or on my other platforms. Big thanks to everyone who's watching my videos. Big thanks for leaving comments, liking the videos, sharing the videos. All of this is a huge part of why this year has been so successful. So big thanks to you guys. And yeah, let's talk about the past year. So this was basically the first year where everything was fully back to normal after the big pandemic. So we were able to travel freely around basically. And yeah, we've visited a lot of countries in 2023. But yeah, the year started with a Thailand series, which was a very special series for me to film because my family came over to visit me in Thailand. My mom, my auntie and my uncle were there. And I was able to show them around Thailand, which you probably know is one of my favorite countries. So that was a special series for me to film. And then after Thailand, we went to Vietnam for a short trip. I was only there for 2 weeks, so that was one of my shorter trips here on the channel actually. After Vietnam, we've been to Hong Kong and Macau, which was a very interesting trip for me. I really enjoyed my time in Hong Kong. And then after Hong Kong and Macau, we have been to Nepal, which also was a very interesting journey. It was only my second time ever in South Asia. And Nepal was also a very interesting time. Unfortunately, the Nepal trip ended with my worst travel experience ever. I got a horrible food poisoning, which basically kicked me out for well over 1 month. I was basically sick, stuck to my bed for like 10 to 12 days, and then I needed a few weeks to recover. So that was my worst travel experience ever, which now leads to the fact that I kind of connect my memories about Nepal with this bad experience, which is not really ideal because it's not really the fault, or it shouldn't ruin my overall experiences of the country. But anyway, we went to Nepal. Then I went back to Malaysia, also one of my favorite countries. I did a third series in Malaysia after 2020 and then 2022. So I returned to Malaysia again. Then we did a short stop in Singapore, also very interesting and also very successful series here on the channel. Then we had a big trip, 2 months in Indonesia, which also personally was one of my favorite trips of the past year. And then we had the China series, which was the most successful series I ever had on my channel here. And also personally, the trip to China was very interesting. It was something unique. I felt very excited to be in China because it's somehow a very special place. Not many people are traveling there, not many Western tourists are traveling there. And that was a very special trip as well. And then at the end of the year, we had the Philippines, also my second time already filming in the Philippines. And that, by the way, is also the country where I am still at the moment. I am currently in a nice Airbnb here in BGC, Philippines. So that was basically the recap of the past year, and I'm very curious to hear your opinions. What was your favorite series of the year? If you have watched more than one series from different countries, let me know your opinions in the comments. Which video do you remember the most, or which moment? Let me know in the comments. I'm very curious to hear your thoughts about this. And then I also want to answer some questions quickly, because there are some questions that often pop up. Let's do like a top list for the whole year. First of all, my favorite place to visit in 2023 2023, and that was Shanghai in China. Like I said already, being in China felt special. It was a unique traveling experience because China is still such an unknown country. It's usually, if it's covered in the media, it's usually in a negative way. And then I went to China by myself and it was an amazing experience. So that was my favorite place to visit in 2023. And then my favorite moment, my favorite on-camera moment in 2023, and that was my time in Thailand together with my family, showing my mom around Bangkok or around the island we went to. That was my favorite moment in 2023. And then the most underrated place I visited in 2023, and that has to be the east coast of Malaysia. Also hardly cover it from other travel YouTubers. Not many Western tourists in general go to the east coast of Malaysia, and I did a road trip there for around 2 weeks around the east coast of Malaysia, and I think during these 2 weeks I haven't seen other Western tourists. Not many at least. So this was the most underrated travel destination I've been to in 2023. And then last but not least, my favorite food in 2023, and I gotta say that was the char siu I ate in Hong Kong. Overall, the food in Hong Kong was probably my favorite food out of all the places I've been to. The food in Hong Kong was amazing. And let me also quickly talk about some personal goals and goals for this channel that we have reached together as a community in 2023. And one of my main goals at the beginning of 2023 was I want to spread my wings to other platforms as well. I wanted to spread my videos more to other platforms. We have TikTok, we have Facebook, we have Instagram, and we have YouTube. So that's basically 4 main platforms where people are watching videos. And my goal was to spread my content more to these other platforms because it's such a huge opportunity to grow an audience also on other platforms. In many countries, Facebook, for example, it's still a huge platform, especially in many Asian countries. For example, here in the Philippines, Facebook is, I think, even bigger than YouTube. More people are watching videos on Facebook than they do on YouTube. Then obviously TikTok is becoming a huge thing over the past 1 to 2 years as well. So my goal was to spread my wings also to other platforms. And we have actually managed that quite successfully in the past 12 months. So YouTube is not even my only focus anymore. YouTube still feels like my main baby, you know, so YouTube is still my #1 priority, I would say. But we are also growing a lot on Facebook. We are growing on TikTok, where we have accumulated over 800,000 total followers. At the beginning of the year, I was on YouTube at around 130,000. And now we are almost at 270,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So we doubled the subscriber count here on YouTube, which is an amazing success for me. But then we also grew to over 300,000 followers on TikTok, almost 200,000 on Facebook. Instagram is almost at 20,000. So the total follower count is getting close to 1 million. And that is my goal for the next few months, that we are going to break the 1 million total followers across all the platforms. So yeah, in terms of growth for Ken Abroad as a brand, it has been a very successful year, and that is also going to be my main focus in the next year. So I'm not only going to focus on YouTube, I'm also going to focus a lot on TikTok and Facebook again, because I see there's a huge potential on these 2 platforms to spread the content. It's of course also for me new income streams. You earn money on Facebook and you earn money on TikTok with your videos. It works basically the same as it works here on YouTube. You get paid for the views that you're getting on your videos, and then also of course sponsorship opportunities. So it is an interesting new income stream for me, Facebook as well as TikTok and Instagram, and that is going to be also my one of my main focuses in the next year as well. And something that I also would like to mention is a big thanks to today's video sponsor, which is Surfshark VPN. And yeah, most of you know Surfshark already by now. I think it is a VPN provider, and if you are not using a VPN service yet, I highly recommend to start using one. And having a VPN is very beneficial in many situations, especially if you are traveling a lot. For example, it happens happens many times that when I am in a new country, I suddenly can't access certain websites, or the content on the websites is blocked or restricted. And the most common case that I always face is I can't watch highlights of the German football Bundesliga when I am outside of Germany. The highlights on the official YouTube channels are blocked when you are outside of Germany. So I always use Surfshark VPN to virtually change my location back to Germany, and then I am able to watch them. And this is also the case, for example, with YouTube Music, which is my favorite music listening platform, and it's simply not available in some countries. So then once again, I just use the Surfshark VPN app on my phone or on my laptop, and then I switch my location back to a country where YouTube Music is available, and then I can listen to my favorite songs. And also, if you're connected to a VPN, it virtually encrypts the data that is sent between your phone or your laptop and the internet, and therefore your surfing experience on the internet becomes much safer. Now is a very good time to get yourself Surfshark VPN, because they have a special deal going on at the moment. If you click the link in the description and you use the promo code KEN, you can get up to 6 additional months for free. Surfshark is also the only VPN provider that offers one account for unlimited devices, and they also have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can test it out without any risk. Click the link down below. Thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring another video on my channel. And now let's continue. And yeah, now let's also talk about future plans and personal goals for myself, because there is going to be a big change next year, and that is regarding traveling full-time. You maybe know that I am traveling full-time basically since the beginning of 2020, so that is 4 years by now, and I really enjoyed being a full-time traveler, being constantly on the road. Every few weeks you are in a new country, in a new place, in a new city. That is a very exciting, or that was a very exciting time of my life. But I am now at a point where I miss having a home. Because if you're constantly traveling, there are a lot of things that you are missing out on. And that is, for example, it's really hard to build friendships or to maintain friendships other than like online friendships. Because if you're constantly being on the road, only being in one city for a few days, you can imagine it's not really easy to build long-lasting friendships in these places. The same goes for relationships, of course. It's not really easy to maintain a relationship when you are in a new country every few weeks. I miss going to the gym. I miss having a sport routine. I miss eating healthy, cooking my own meals, just having a daily routine basically. Yeah, I came to the conclusion that this year, 2024, is going to be the time where I will stop full-time traveling. I want to settle down somewhere, get a condo, get an apartment with like, I don't know, 6 to 12 months rental agreement, something like that, and then just having a home base. So that is of course going to be a big change for me in 2024. When will this happen and where will this happen? I am not 100% sure yet. Probably the first part of the year I will still traveling full-time. I have a few countries that I would really like to visit in the next month, and more about that in a few minutes. But yeah, then probably around May, June, I'm going to settle down somewhere, and I currently have 3 places in mind, which are the options for me, and that is Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, Bangkok, Thailand, or BGC, Philippines, where I am currently at the moment. These 3 places are the places where I could imagine to settle down for a while. Now, I haven't made the final decision yet. I have an option which I tend to, but I don't want to mention the option now before I'm 100% sure. But of course, I will update you about this when I am sure. And yeah, what does this mean for the channel and for me personally? Well, for me personally, it will mean that I will be able to have a home, feel somewhere at home again. That's the feeling that I'm missing. And what will that mean for the channel? Probably you will not even notice that on the channel here. It won't be like, there will not be like a break of 6 months or a year here on the channel, definitely not. This channel will still be a traveling channel. I don't want to turn this channel into a channel just about one country. Like, for example, I will choose BGC in the Philippines. I don't want my channel to be turned into just the Philippines channel then. I might film videos at the place that is my new home then, whether that's Kuala Lumpur, Bangkok or BGC. But if I decide to film content there, let's say like filming the whole process of finding an apartment, moving in, settling down, exploring my new neighborhood, making friends, stuff like that, I might film all of this, but then I will probably make a new channel that will be then Ken Abroad in this one country then only. So there will be a new channel just for me settling down in the new country or in my new home. And this channel will most likely remain a traveling channel. That means I will still be going on trips, of course. So my idea is, for example, every 2 to 3 months I will go on a trip. Let's say I'm going to Japan for 2 weeks. And then in these 2 weeks in Japan, I will film lots of videos, 10, 15 videos in 2 weeks. It will just be a content trip. And then I return home to my home base and then edit the videos and then release them over the period of a couple of weeks. So you probably will not even notice that I'm not constantly being on the road. But for me personally, it will be just way less stressful, because the reality is, if you are traveling and filming and editing everything at the same time while being on the road, it's not like holidays for me. Many people think I'm constantly on holidays, but that's definitely not the case. So if you don't have a home, that means wherever you travel to, every hotel you stay is also your office. It is your home then for a few days. So I live there, I work there, I edit the videos and do all the other things behind the scenes. And that is after a while, and the while is 4 years for me now, it becomes very stressful and I just miss to have a home base, you know, I think you get the point. So that is going to be the big change in 2024, and I will update you as soon as I know where I will settle down and then more details. And probably this is going to be around mid-2024. And now the last thing, what are the upcoming trips? I have a few countries in mind, which I'm like 70-80% sure these are going to be the trips in the first, let's say, 6 months of the year. But only the first one is confirmed basically. And that is going to be, I said already earlier, the most successful series of 2023 has been China. So I gotta return to China, definitely. Also, not only because it was super successful to go to China, also personally, I really enjoyed China and I'm very curious to explore more in China. So the first trip in 2024, the first new trip, is going to be China again. And then I'm probably also going to return to Hong Kong, where I have been earlier in 2023. But I really enjoyed the time there and I'm curious to go back to Hong Kong maybe for a week or two. So I think China and Hong Kong are the two trips that are going to happen first in the next year. And then after that, some other places I have in mind are Taiwan as well, because it's so close by. And then I'm also looking into going back to South Asia, probably Pakistan or India, maybe Sri Lanka again. But these are just ideas. So these trips in South Asia are not confirmed yet, but that is what you can probably expect in the first half of the upcoming year. And also let me know in the comments if there's one specific place that you would like to see on the channel. And once again, thanks to all of you who are watching my videos, supporting me, supporting the channels across all the different platforms. No matter on what platform you are watching my videos, you are supporting me with that. So a big thank you to you as well. And of course, I also hope that you guys are going to have an amazing year 2024. I am very excited about the year. If you would like to share, then feel free to let me know your goals, your plans for the year in the comments. I'm happy to read it all. I wish you all a great start into the new year. Have a good 2024. Thanks a lot, guys. And then I see you in the next episode. Stay healthy, stay positive, and then see you next time. Ciao, guys.